Hello and welcome to my latest KTRT review. Yep, today I am bringing you another figure from the Turning Mecard HG line. So this is Turning Mecard. It's a card-based game with these little cars, which when you run them over these magnetic cards, they spring open and it flips up. The card flips up and it has 3 attributes on it with different values, and it's kind of like almost like a tic-tac-toe type thing. 3 rounds, whoever wins 2 out of the 3 rounds is the winner of the game, blah blah blah. But they're little tiny things, but they actually did some bigger transforming versions of certain the more popular characters from the original show. And I've already got one of them. Got Tero, Turning Mecard HG Tero, so I've got him. So now I've been and bought Turning Mecard HG Phoenix. Now, you're probably thinking, hang on, that's the same car, only a different colour. And you'd be right, because if you look at these guys, they are the same sort of basic mould. I mean, they're the same length. They're just the same. And apart from the colour, obviously, and the fact that some of them's got different mould lines on them where they split apart for the transformations, they are virtually identical in every single way, with one exception. I've been looking at the back. You can see, hang on, this one is plain across here, and yet Phoenix has got these little ridges here. That's the only difference I can find between the two. But there you go. As you can see, it's the same car mould. Now, they did do a third one called Evan, which turns into a blue robot. I wasn't going to get him, but I think I will get him now, mainly because I got that Mini Force Voltbot, which is turns into a blue robot, and it's kind of boring and plain, and Evan, very similar sort of looking thing, is a bit more complex, and if he turns into one of these cars, which I think he does, a bit more interest to him, so I think I'll get him as well. But for now, let's talk about Phoenix. Now, as you can see, Phoenix is a big red sporty car, like a hatchback. Kind of similar in basic design and aesthetics to Generation Skids, I think. Generation Skids, similar sort of shape of car. Obviously different design, but yeah. So it's got painted lights at the back. That bit's a coloured bit of plastic, transparent lenses in the front, silver grille piece there, and then it's got other moulded detail on it. The one thing about the car mode that's quite interesting is obviously you've got kibble underneath, is the way they've done the back wheels. You can probably see they're slotted, and so the wheel, it goes through this thin piece of plastic and it's pinned through it from the inside, so there's no visible pin on the outside. The wheels do spin very well, but when you run it on a surface, it kind of makes a funny noise, unlike Tero, who's nice and smooth. So it's just the sound of the plastic of the inside of the wheels rubbing on that little piece. But apart from that, it's a nice, solid, chunky car mode. I mean, it's got that usual Korean nice shiny plastic on it, but it's very durable. I mean, you could do a evangelist test where you sort of throw it against the wall. I mean, okay, yeah, it breaks apart. Of course it would do. But yeah, so it's back in one piece. So yeah, they're very sturdy toys. And this one, obviously, Turning Mecard, they generally turn into beasts rather than robots. I mean, Evan is the exception to the rule. But for Phoenix, turns into a phoenix, or a big red bird of prey. So let's start with the transformation. Now, you usually start at the back, where you split the sides, like so, and then you get to the front, and you pull those bits out, And then this piece, that folds into there, and they kind of fold into there, but we'll come back to that in a bit. So that just flops down like that. Then you pull these bits out to the side, they're going to be the wings. Get to this bit at the back, you unpeg the roof from the legs, like so, and then on this this roof part, you there's these two black pieces inside here. You just fold them round, and then fold that piece back in, and that's the tail. Now you come round to the front. You've got this multiple hinge system here. That bit folds over and sort of rests on there. And then you get the head of the phoenix. Oh no, I'm getting ahead of myself. Got to unpeg the legs from that. You then fold that over and then fold this up and in, and it clips in, and there's the head. This back piece sort of folds up. Now there's a slot in the back here where that clips in like so, and then folds down the back like that. Then you open the talons. Like so. Then you can, that's common done again. Right. And finally the wings. Now, you have, let's go around the back here. You've got these sections here which fold out, and then you've got these white bits that fold out also that way. And then you turn the wings round and angle them, and there you go. You've got Phoenix in bird mode. Now I'm not sure whether Phoenix is a male or a female character. I'm assuming it's a female, because I've not really watched many episodes of the show. I just know that they did this toy. Like I said, I don't know whether it's a male or a female, but I'm going to call it a female. Let's just say this is a girl. She's very, very impressive. I really like this. It's great. It's fantastic looking bird mode. It's got quite a wingspan. I haven't actually got a tape measure. I've got a little ruler. Well, there's a normal 1 foot ruler, and as you can see, it's quite a bit longer than that. Now, I did think at first that this was in scale with a real bird of prey, and I did some research into the sizes of smaller birds of prey that you get in this country, like the Kestrel, the Merlin, the Hobby, and the Sparrowhawk. And when I checked up the size ranges for those various birds, I mean, you have the length from the tip of the beak to the end of the tail, and then the wingspan, the two basic measurements. Turns out this thing's slightly smaller, so it's probably about equivalent to the size of a juvenile kestrel, let's say, in terms of its size, but definitely not a full grown bird. A full grown kestrel's got a wingspan probably about that much wider. So yeah, but still very, very impressive looking toy. And you've got the talons, which well, obviously, let's actually, what I'm thinking about, let's do a size comparison, because the only thing I've got to put it next to is my usual size comparison for KTRT bots, which is old Combiner Wars Leader Class Megatron. And as you can see, it's quite, it's not very tall, but obviously it's very long. And you know, you look on the side, and you see she's got the forked tail, which kind of makes me think, you know, red kite. It's a red bird, so it's more like a red kite than anything else. But yeah, articulation, starting at the legs, you've got a bit of movement on the leg there, and you've got a bit of movement on the lower leg. The talons are individually hinged. They can go forwards, they can go back. And there's a little bit of a in and out ratchet joint there. The tail, these bits sort of wiggle, and the tail's sort of spring loaded in the up position. You can sort of hold it, bring it down, but it stays like that. This bit just sort of rattles around on the back. The wings themselves, they've got a ratcheted rotational joint there, which goes all the way around. You've got a ratchet joint there, which goes again up and down. There is this little notch there. You don't have to use it. You can have the wings completely straight if you want. So there is that. But this is part of the transformation into vehicle mode. You have to do that in order to get the wings to, well, get the wings to follow the sides of the car and squeeze past the legs, because getting this thing back into car mode is a bit of a challenge, because you have to scrunch everything together to get it back in. I mean, Tero is a lot easier to do than this guy. And then you got these things here. You got these little feather things which can move out, and then this bit which is part of the transformation, it folds out. But they were showing it in some of the artwork as having the wings droop down like that, but I prefer to have them fully out. So you can angle the wings quite a number of different ways. So yeah, you can get some decent poses out. There's no articulation on the head at all. It's a solid block of painted plastic. You've got some painted eyes. It's got this yellow brow. The beak's got a bit of a white thing on it. It's nicely styled. Just a shame it doesn't move, but there you go. It's just a moulded piece. So that is Turning Mecard HG Phoenix. I'm very impressed with this thing. It's great. It's really cool. And obviously, I really like Tero because he's a green dragon, and I've got a thing for dragon formers. This one is slightly different, but again, it turns from a car into a beast, so it's really cool. And these are from the wave 1 of figures that they bought out for this Turning Mecard HG line. There's been a toy fair in Korea in the last month or so where I think they announced some new Turning Mecard HG figures. I haven't actually seen which ones they are, but I think there's one that turns from a car into a lion. I'm not 100% sure about that. But I think there's some more coming, which might be interesting. But yeah, quite happy with this one. And one thing I have been trying to get it to do is to perch on my hand. You know, like a like a bird of prey does. This is really awkward. And there we go. It more or less get it to perch on your hand. So yeah, that's been my review of Turning Mecard HG Phoenix. It's really cool. I like it a lot. It's awesome. Big red bird of prey. Have it. So that's been my review today. Got another KTRT bot in the box that I'll hopefully be reviewing on Saturday. This has been my review for today. I've been TFI Wilderness. I will catch you all next time. Ta-da.